This is the Russian dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the bubblegum princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
This is Lumberjack Larry Woods, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. The trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Trail One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James J, and it is a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with Lumberjack Larry Woods.
Fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better introduction.
Absolutely. We like to do it big here on Wrestling With.
Fantastic.
How is the Lumberjack?
You know what? Feeling a little banged up, but honestly, pretty decent. Pretty decent. It's been a busy summer so far for the Lumberjack. So that's roughly. It's keeping me out of trouble.
And when's the next time the Lumberjack is getting into trouble event-wise?
Oh, goodness. That's going to be Friday, August 25th in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada for Love Pro Wrestling. So, I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen between the RADs and Seven and Clandestine Society. But honestly, like, screw Seven. That's all I'm going to say.
And where can we find all things Larry Woods on social media?
Oh, on social media. So I'm on Twitter. That's the best place to kind of find me. It's at rad_lumberjack. And then on Instagram as well. And that is lumberjack_Larry Woods. And I guess if anyone wanted to watch what's going to happen in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada for Love Pro Wrestling on August 25th, 6th, whatever that Friday is. You go to Twitch and you search up Love Pro Wrestling, you'll be able to live stream the event. That starts at 7 o'clock Mountain Time.
It is the 25th, indeed.
25th. All right, perfect. Some days I don't even know what day it is, right?
Oh, yeah. We're not going to leave one. And could we find merchandise?
Merchandise, not at this moment. I'm still currently trying to work on some tweaks here and there with some of the hats, some of the shirts and stuff. So for the meantime, unfortunately not, but to be announced very soon.
Okay. And you don't have to go looking for any of his social media. All of the links will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, let's get into it. You work for Love Pro Wrestling and Can-Am Wrestling. Can you tell us about your relationship with those companies?
Wow. So with Love Pro Wrestling, they started up about 2 years ago, and we don't really have the rule of like you can only work this show. If you work, you can work multiple shows in the same city. So Love Pro Wrestling, I was approached by the promoter.
Spencer Love.
Correct. I was approached by Spencer Love, and him and I have been talking for like years. Like he's a friend. So he was telling me one night over a couple beers that he wanted to start this and he wanted to change the game. So you know what? I told him straight up, like, I'm all in. The place that I was currently at, me and my best friends in pro wrestling, we saw our peak, our height. So we decided that we wanted to do this. We wanted to get out of our old company and go work for Love Pro Wrestling. My old company also had the same mentality as if you want to work anyone else, then you're not going to be working for me. So, okay, fair enough. That's understandable. So ever since that, it's been Love Pro's been honestly like number one. I never would have met a good portion of the people that I've met in pro wrestling, honestly, like all across Canada so far. Like it honestly, it's been absolutely amazing. It's been by far the best locker room I've ever been a part of, and like everyone just has so much respect for each other. Everyone's very dedicated and serious about their arts, about everything pro wrestling. But honestly, like everyone vibes, everyone clicks. I love pro wrestling. And then with Can-Am, I'm really good friends with two people that are their current champions, Beast Around. So I'm really good friends with Travis Cole and the Cheetah Bear, Jude Dawkins. So they ended up inviting myself along with the rest of the RADs over. Storyline wrestling is honestly some of the best wrestling you can probably get out of. So it makes for coming to shows a heck of a lot more exciting. With Can-Am, I've experienced a lot of brand new experiences in pro wrestling, specifically in a town called Okotoks. So it's about a 45-minute. Actually, no, it's about a 25-minute drive outside of Calgary, Alberta.
Okay.
And it's a small town, but my goodness, they pack the venue to capacity every single time I'm there. And I don't think I've ever been booed so friggin' loudly. Not a single tear, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. There was this one time where me and my tag partner, Rich King, we successfully defended the Can-Am tag team titles. And since we were fighting champions, all of a sudden Beast Around's music hits. And I've never heard a crowd pop so loudly before. Because, of course, Rich and I, we're just two idiots that everyone loves to hate. Unfortunately, we ended up getting the loss in that. But I've never heard a crowd pop so loud in my life. Honestly, like at that moment, I knew I did my job. Like it was great. I still get goosebumps about just telling that story too, and I know Rich does the same way too. So it just goes to show you how story-based storytelling, storyline wrestling is still some of the best wrestling you could possibly get out of.
And I believe you all leaving out a little bit of information. You actually did successfully defend the championship before that match took place, no?
That's right. We beat the Profits. And Beast Round match. We just had a grueling match already. We were tired, and they just decided to come out and we didn't properly get our rematches either, as I can recall right now. So, hey, maybe one day Okotoks will see the rise of the RADs again.
Hopefully we'll get that rematch that you obviously rightfully deserve, because it didn't seem like it was in the right to begin with.
Oh, not at all. Bunch of beast around? Nah. We're like beasties around. There we go. No, I like Transformers. What am I saying?
Speaking of championships, you and Rich King were the first Love Pro Wrestling Tag Team champion. You held the championships for 209 days. What did it mean to you to be the first for Love Pro Wrestling as the first tag team champions?
Honestly, it was honestly, I was kind of at a different
Larry?
place in my life. Better?
Yes.
Honestly, I was at honestly, so I was in a different headspace when it came to wrestling. I just felt like, I don't know, just needed a little bit of a push. I felt like I'd have these great matches, but then I just felt like I just didn't feel good about wrestling. So I didn't feel like promoters actually saw something in me or anything like that. And then when Rich and I ended up becoming the first LPW tag team champions, honestly, that ignited so much in me. Like it's honestly an honor. I've never had that before, like in a very long time when it came to sports. So being the first ever, I never would have thought I would have ever been able to say something like that. And being able to go on the run that we've had, it's just been phenomenal. Like, we've had so many bangers with so many different teams, like Paralela, for instance. In the Fatal 4-Way, we went up against Ride or Die, which, like, Terry from Accounting and Stephen Crow are absolutely phenomenal wrestlers. Got a chance to wrestle the Bollywood Boys twice. Like, it's been a hell of a good ride, not gonna lie. And like, not even just the tag portion, but like even the 6-man tags, which shows how on key and unique the RADs really are. So if it can go from me, Rich, and Mitch Clark, or me, Rich, and T.Y. Jackson, or like any which way, we've all successfully won tag team titles with each other in any promotion, in every promotion we've been a part of. So yeah, no, it's been a hell of a good ride. Unfortunately, the tag team title run is over, but that's okay because now we just get to get our hands on 7 now. So rip them a couple new ones.
Well, like you mentioned, you did unfortunately drop the titles. Is a one Cowboy Game Storm to blame for that title loss?
For LPW?
Yeah. James Storm told you and Rich to maybe not cheat.
That's right. You know what? I can't. I've been a big fan of James Storm since like my early days of watching TNA. So honestly, I can't really blame him. Yeah, we just had Wrestlers Court, so we lost, and now our punishment is to become babyface. So that was probably the right time not to cheat.
And the other portion of your mandate was that you had to apologize to everybody backstage at the Love Pro Wrestling as well.
Yeah, we are currently still working on that. Are we better now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. These thick woods of Canada, I'll tell you that. There's cell services all over the damn place.
Damn trees.
Looks like I got some overtime later on tonight. Yeah, no, so we're still currently working on that. We've told a few members of the LPW roster so far, but none of us are handling this face turn very well. It's unfortunately, it was hot RAD summer all last year, and unfortunately, it's become sad RAD spring. So yeah, we're getting hit with everything. So we're trying our best to apologize to the remainder of the LPW roster and everyone that we've wronged so far.
Allegedly wronged.
This is true. This is very, very true.
Yes. I mean, you still have a good case. I just feel like your lawyer just wasn't on your side.
No. You know what? Like, Marz is terrible. Marz absolutely sucks. Like, he told me that the only reason he got the job was because he name dropped Matlock. I'm like, are you kidding me? Kid, you don't even know who Matlock truly is. But for some odd reason, he became our lawyer, and yeah, and our accuser. What's the other gimmick called? I can't think of the friggin' names right now. So like, I got two Marzes coming at me, like, or thickness. I don't know. I think they're twins. It's Marz and Marz, like whatever. So yeah, I mean, we definitely like got attacked. We felt personally attacked that entire court. Everything was just like always against us. Like we're that bad of people. Like the evidence obviously was tampered with.
And I mean, you're in a court rivalry with Seven, and your lawyer is what faction is he a part of? Seven.
Yep. See, that's exactly. And so again, like the whole entire procedure was completely rigged right from the get-go. So yeah, that's but you know what? Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's the law. We can appeal it. But they said that's going to take a couple more years to probably go through the whole courting system again. So we're just going to have to get our hands back on Seven and truly teach them, you know, what good guys can do, I guess.
Well, you did kidnap Marz the Specialist one time, no?
Yes, we did. But they got the revenge by kidnapping my car and walking from Innisfail to Okotoks. Well, that's a couple-day process, and I had to run. And you know how great my cardio is? Absolutely garbage. And then I had to walk from Okotoks all the way back to Edmonton. Like, that was a week process. So, and then not only they were kind enough to give me my car back, but they changed the horn. I had a Whistling Dixie horn, and all of a sudden now it's their emergency air raid alarm now that Seven uses at the beginning of their music. Like, frick off, Leahy. Like, I don't need any of this garbage.
That's legitimately your air horn? Your, the Whistling Dixie?
Yeah, that's that horn. Whenever the car is in any episodes of Tales from the Undercard,
Yeah.
Whenever that horn goes off, that's my legit horn.
Wow. I totally thought that was a sound effect.
No, one of my best friends a couple of years ago ended up getting it for me randomly from Amazon, and he's like, "All right, this is going to take half an hour to install," which honestly it took like half an hour, and yeah, it's been great. The unfortunate thing is, if I'm driving and someone in traffic kind of pisses me off or anything like that, I can't actually honk my horn because how can you take someone seriously with that? I was also thinking about getting a paint job for it too.
Ooh.
It's gonna paint it orange and put an 01 on both my driver and passenger side doors. Maybe weld the doors shut too. But just no General Lee, no Confederate flag on top. Can't do that nowadays. So we'll keep that for the OGs.
Yeah.
But with an 09 Kia, how dare you?
Well, I mean, the RADsmobile is a big part of Tales from the Undercard, if you didn't already know what we've been talking about for the last, 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. I know a couple times, again, it's life, but everyone goes through some car issues, and remember this one time, my car wouldn't start, and I told the boys, I'm like, oh no. And right away, they're like, what happened to the RADsmobile? Is it okay? Can we fix it? And sure shit, 3 hours later, I ended up fixing it. So, she's still alive and kicking. Damn near a Frankensteiner now.
Alright. Now, can you tell us what Tales from the Undercard is?
So, I'm going to do my best. Rich King is the one that invented all this, but I'm going to try to do him justice with explaining what Tales from the Undercard is. So, honestly, it's us Rads. We're all we're all like best friends, and we are all a bunch of jackasses and all that. So Rich started filming some just some skits of us being us. So obviously there's a little bit more story direction and whatnot, but honestly it's it's just a dumb YouTube video with a bunch of indie wrestlers having fun before and after wrestling shows. Everything that we generally do and say, we're all having fun with it. Lots of time, we're basically a one shot and done crew. If it's there's lots of times where we'll film something and then they'll be like, "Oh, you don't want to look at it? Nope. We'll look at it later. We're one and done. Let's move on." Before, you can kind of see an evolution from when it first started. It would be it all had to do with actually, sorry, let me back up. It all had to do with promos too. So basically everyone will have hey, get a lot of promoters will say, hey, get your promos in kind of deal. So it's okay, hey, I'm Lumberjack Larry Woods and I'm coming to Onaway, Alberta, Canada, and I'm going and they'll say the date, they'll say the venue, they'll say the time, and they'll be like, I'm going to take on such and such for this such and such title. It's like, well, Onaway doesn't know who I am. So let's have a little fun with our promos now. So like, again, now there's an introduction, and now if people want to keep on following us, well, then there's Tales from the Undercard on YouTube. So now it's just a bunch of jackasses having fun, honestly. We've gotten a lot of guest stars too. Like, we've had Shark Boy on it. We've had John Morrison on it. We've had James Storm on it. I've told a couple other wrestlers about this too, like that are kind of more mainstream, and they had a nice little chuckle, and they're like, "This sounds awesome." I wish I had something to film with them at that time, but unfortunately.
Yeah. Technology, damn you.
Just the worst.
How did you get James Storm?
So he was at I think the 30th anniversary show for RCW here in Edmonton. Okay. And I'm good friends with another wrestler named Sean Martins. So Sean Martins wrestles heavily for Canadian Wrestling Elite out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And he went on tour. CWE does a lot of touring around Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC. Like they were on Talk Is Jericho, I believe, last year, just talking about the show or talking about like their company and whatnot. And they were on tour. They ended up bringing in James Storm, and Sean Martin ended up driving with James Storm, I believe, a good portion of I don't know how many days the tour was, but they bonded, became good friends, and after that show, a bunch of us usually like to go out for like food and a couple beers. So turns out James Storm likes beer. Okay, well.
Never knew.
A couple of the RADs went out, and we got Martins to come out too, and he brought James. So we just ended up listening to some of James Storm's stories. Like, absolutely phenomenal human being, and like, again, it's too surreal that I grew up watching this wrestler, and now all of a sudden I'm having beers with him. Like, what? But yeah, it's again, it's just like indie wrestling is so small. Like, we're all basically one big family, and then it's just great. I love wrestling for all of this too. Like,
his dialogue on the show, was that something you or Rich came up with, or is that something he came up on the fly?
Sorry, which one?
James Storm.
Oh, that was so that was Rich basically asked, I believe it was Rich that asked him, like, hey, we're going good, or we're becoming, we just need you to be our fairy godfather and tell us not to cheat. And then James Storm just he's creative, so he just popped in and ended up saying what he did about Papa Smurf and everything. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is great. Because kids nowadays won't even understand any of this, and I love it. Old cartoons, gotta love them, right?
Oh yeah. All right. Can you tell us about your faction, the RADs? Rich King, T.Y. Jackson, Mitch Falk, Ben, your relationship with those guys.
So we all came from this other company here in in Edmonton, and we got as high as we possibly could with the company.
Okay.
And we all so this is when Love Pro Wrestling kind of this is when Spencer approached me about Love Pro Wrestling. He also approached everyone else. He ended up approaching, I believe, Rich, Mitch, and then TY came in a little bit later. But regardless, we've all had multiple matches. We all became like very close. So like I consider those boys like some of, if not my best friends in pro wrestling. So when we saw the writing on the wall at our first company, we within a couple days we told our old coach that we were going to be leaving the company and joining Pro Wrestling. So we all left roughly at the same time, knowing like where we were about to go, what kind of leap we were going to take. And you know what? Sometimes taking leaps are a little can be a little nerve-wracking, but honestly, when you got your friends with you, it makes that leap even easier to do now. So then we've always kind of traveled together quite a bit, and like we're we're a pretty close group of people. Like yeah, some of the car rides that we've had, we're just we're jackasses. We'll just say that. Kind of the idea of turning. I believe we pitched the idea about us making a group in LPW, and they were like, okay. So now it was a slower process because I've always been a good guy, and then we've always wanted, like, we're telling stories here too at LPW.
Yeah.
Having storylines and everything. So now it's like we can't just introduce these people as RADs. So now we just decided to slowly build up to the point now all of a sudden Rich and I are turning official heel at I believe it was LPW 4, I believe, against right at the end there after Michael Richard Blaze had a triple threat match against Randy Myers and Golden Boy Travis Williams for the LPW Grand Slam champion. And yeah, we ended up attacking all three of them actually and just cleaning house with them. And that was officially the birth of the RADs.
And you know,
so,
continue.
Sorry?
Oh, I cut you off. I said continue.
Oh, no. I was just finishing up.
I was just going to say, like, with you leaving, with Love Pro Wrestling starting up and not feeling appreciated with that other company, it seems like it was just like the perfect timing and the perfect storm.
It honestly was, like, it rejuvenated. Like, it was just something to really look forward to now in wrestling. Like, we do these out-of-town shows and all this, and, like, oh, goodness, I think this was 3 or 4 years into, this would have been 4 years into my wrestling career. So, I mean, like, it was something different that I've never done in wrestling before. Leaving the nest and, you know, branching out and making a new home kind of deal. And honestly, it was exactly what you said. It was like a blessing in disguise. Like, it was the perfect timing. So if anyone ever tells you that, hey, there's no such thing as perfect timing, no, that's wrong. So it's just, it's honestly, it's been a good solid 2 years with LPW. Honestly, like, I again met so many new people. built up like some rapport with other people I never like even imagined I would have been sharing a locker with, right? So I mean, like, it's been great.
Now, can you tell us a pet peeve about the other members of the RADs that you just don't understand?
This is unique. I've never even thought about something like this. Wow. Okay, you know what? Okay, pet peeve. Perfect. I'm pretty sure the boys are going to listen to this eventually, but I don't understand how I'm the fat rad. I am the fat rad for some reason, and I don't understand it. Maybe after a beer or two, maybe I will. But right now, I have no idea why I'm the fat rad. I got the best mustache, the best bald spot. I mean, yeah, the best bald spot. Like, come on. How am I the fat rad? Honestly, like, again, we're all like best friends and all that. Sometimes friends are going to fight. We've never gotten to that point, and I don't see us actually doing that. If that sounds cocky or not, but yeah, honestly, that's it's a brotherhood, it's a bond, it's a friendship, right? So I mean, like, we're all different in our own way, but honestly, like, we all click. When it's time to click, we click.
Now, I'm not sure if you're going to confirm or deny this, but Marz the Specialist actually named you the RADs.
Marz the Specialist said that he named us the RADs?
Yes.
Wow, that's a bold move from that ginger guy. Uh-huh. See, I'm keeping it PG today, too. Yeah, that's a bold move from that Cabbage Patch Ginger. Yeah, that's fake news. That's fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Okay, didn't happen.
Yeah, no. We came up with the RADs on our own, and that's all I will be saying about that.
Well, I believe we can confirm that you won the Stu Hart Memorial title with Mitch Clark and Rich King, no?
We helped. So in that match, Mitch was awarded that title, and we were also awarded the tag titles. So we never really confirmed if there was any Freebird rules here, but we like to think there's some Freebird rules.
You know, I wasn't sure because Cage Match was a little iffy on it, on the details.
I think I know who does those cage matches. Ben? So, we'll have to confirm with him.
Oh. Now, before you teamed with Rich King, T.Y. Jackson, Mitch Clark, the RADs, you teamed with Psychosis. What was that experience like?
Oh, wow. So, okay. I believe this is my... Oh, goodness. I think this is my second year in wrestling. And I got a call. And seeing if I was able to help out with the CWE crew, with Danny Duggan and his CWE promotion, because they were currently in Alberta and they were driving to Prince George, BC. And now from Edmonton to Prince George, that's about, oh goodness, if I can remember correctly, I think that's about like close to I think it's between like a 5 to 8 hour drive. I know that's kind of a big gap, but I'm pressing more to 8 hours. So
It's a long
yeah,
drive, is what you're saying.
it's an 8 hour drive. So I just had a show that night, and I'm like, I kind of I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I ended up picking up a full carload in my little 2009 Kia Rio. I had Winnipeg's own AJ Sanchez sitting front seat right beside me, and he's a pretty big boy, but freakishly just a freak athlete. And then right sitting behind me, I had a guy from Austria named Martin Payne. And then right in the middle, I had Alex Zwicker, and I had, oh goodness, I'm going to butcher his name. Vinny Da Vinci, I believe. That's his last name, from out Rio. So these guys had a bunch of bags. They were on a 32 or 30, it's between 32 and 36 day tour. And I don't remember. They were like kind of right in the middle, so they were exhausted already. And this is also WrestleMania. This is the WrestleMania where Kofi Kingston ended up beating Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship.
April 29th.
April 29th, there we go. So I ended up driving all the way to the event. And I brought my gear just in case. I wasn't expecting to be in a match. I was just there to kind of help out. You're in a bind. I like to think that I'm that kind of person. If you're in a bind, I'll help you out. So we get to the venue in Prince George, and it's loud. There's a ton of people. We got there, doors are already open. A couple of the matches had to get switched around because like we just got there. And then the promoter, Danny Duggan, comes in. He's like, yeah, you're getting put in a match. You're going to be in a tag match with Psychosis. I'm like, what? Cool. Another guy I grew up watching. Awesome. And they're like, yeah, you're going up against this 7 foot tall giant named Alex Ace. He's out of Spain. And his tag team partner, Martin Payne. I'm like, cool, right on. One guy's super tall and he knows how to strike real good, and the other guy is just a brick house. Awesome. I kind of look around. I'm like, all right, I know my role here. Get my ass kicked. Let's go. So putting together the match and all that, honestly, it was fairly simple. A very simple match. Like, I'm going to take the heat, hot tag in Psychosis, and Psychosis is just going to run out. Cool, no problem. So I had a bit of a conversation with Psychosis and all that. He had some broken English, but that's okay. I mean, like, anyone that doesn't have English as their first language is going to be broken sometimes, right? So whatever. Having a quick little conversation with him, and so I remember getting out to the ring, and these people have never seen me before, and the pop that happened, it was just huge. These people just wanted to see wrestling, and they were smart too. They knew who to cheer for, they knew who to boo. So right on, go out there. So all four of us were kind of in the ring now, and we're arguing amongst each other. Okay. And then something was said. I won't repeat it, but something was said. I remember being on the outside, looking over at Alex Ace, looking at the crowd, and then looking at Psychosis. I'm like, Psychosis, get him, let's go. Let's stop talking now, let's just go. Popped me pretty good. So, that right there was incredible. Just incredible people that took this kid from Edmonton. The cool thing about this match is I was the only Canadian in this match. And I thought, like, it took me a while. It took me like about a year to actually realize that. It's like, yo, I represented Canada there. Let's go. Like, honestly, that whole experience right there, like, I felt like I became like pretty good friends with like Martin Payne after. Like, I shoot him a message every once in a while on the old social media and stuff. Like, that's, again, so cool seeing like different people from different countries coming up to Canada of all places to wrestle. Like, I don't know, this whole wrestling world is so cool.
That's completely and utterly awesome, honestly. Like you mentioned, it took you like a year for that moment to sink, for you to realize you the only Canadian. Do you kind of take in the moment, or do you kind of afterwards say, "Huh, I did that"?
So at that moment, in that match, I took in a lot. Like, I took my time. I took the roar of the crowd. I will always take it. As soon as I started my wrestling career, as soon as I had my very first match, I always took in the crowd. I always made sure I took that time, took that moment, because it's just every time I get cheered or every time I get booed, and it gets every loudness of it, like celebrating, doing an entrance, like standing on the top rope, or celebrating standing on the top rope, or what have you. Like, I take it in all the time. Now, that specific moments, I took in the crowd, but not the match. I took in the match, but then realizing that I was the only Canadian, that took a while. Then it's like, oh, that's so cool. And from there on, I took every moment. Like, after I realized that, I took every cool moment that I thought was absolutely amazing, and I just ran with it. So I just made sure to have that moment every single time, whether it was a win, whether it was a loss, whether it was going up against another name or anything like that. I just took that time because this is so cool what we do, honestly. And like, even wrestling in the pandemic, I took like extra. I took a lot of moments there because it was just it put it put such a smile on my face, realizing like these people, everyone is going through stuff, especially like during the pandemic. Everyone had stresses about literally everything, and these people, if they wanted to cheer me, they wanted to boo me, they wanted to flip me off, they wanted to do whatever. I don't care. I took in every moment of every show I was on because it showed me that these people were actually surviving, and this whole pandemic was going to end because these people are happy and this will go back to normal kind of deal. So
now you also wrestled Cody Dino, who is Impact Pro Wrestling as of now. What was that match like in that experience?
Oh, that was, again, another like TNA guy that I grew up watching, not realizing I would get an opportunity like this before. So that was my first ever singles match against a name.
Right.
So trying to put together a match with Cody Deaner was so easy. He's such a nice, humble guy, great head on his shoulders, for like a great mind for the wrestling business, and like just trying to tell a story with him was so simple. That's all we wanted. And ever since we made the RADs, I started doing oh my goodness, what Oh, I can't think of the move right now. Bronco Buster. There we go. I started doing a Bronco Buster, and there's like really one thing I wanted to get in that match, and I'm a guy that, cool, you know, I'll name you like 5 things, but these are like the top 2 things. If we can get those in, cool. If not, well, whatever. I'm not gonna be too upset. But I suggested for a cutoff we do a Bronco Buster, or like for the hot comeback, and yeah, I was able to give him a Bronco Buster. But honestly, just again, like taking that, we wrestled in Wetaskiwin, Alberta. So it's about 45 minutes outside of Edmonton, and it's not a wrestling community. And I went out with TY for the first match, and like trying to get the crowd going and stuff. Like I was really working hard trying to get them to react and stuff. They were reacting to some stuff. And again, like a non-wrestling town, and these people were just constantly, they wouldn't shut up saying DDT. Whenever Cody Deaner wanted them to start cheering or doing anything, he would get them going. Like I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen that magic where just a wrestler, I don't want to say manipulated, but like orchestrated the crowd to want to cheer for him. Like, as in like a non-wrestling town. People that don't really know wrestling, that are just there for like, oh, let's see what's going on Thursday nights. And like, again, by the beginning of it, he had people chanting DDT, DDT. Like, it was so cool. And then again, the pop too, when he actually hit me with the DDT finally. Oh my goodness. Just cheers and cheers and cheers. And again, so people were just flipping me off so hard when I was getting pulled away by TY to the back. I love every minute of it.
Alright, let's get into our next segment, and that is Larry Woods' Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Oh goodness. Okay. So what had happened? Okay, so we it was me, Sean Martins, Drew Dawkins, and oh goodness, Dean Richter. So we ended up driving from Edmonton to Red Deer, and then we drove down to we were driving to Winnipeg for a show. It'd be Dean Richter's return to Winnipeg. No problem. We ended up doing the show. The show was good. We ended up sleeping a couple hours. Okay, no problem. We get up the next morning. We get in my little 09 Kia Rio. Now, the history with me and my vehicles is every year I blow at least 1 or 2 tires.
Okay.
For some odd reason, tires hate me. So we just get out of Winnipeg, and we're gassing up. Cool, no problem. Like, we're all taking turns driving and stuff. Next thing that happens is I'm walking out of the store and I take a look at my tires. Oh no. So some of the tires on the inside, the metal shavings on the inside of the tires started showing.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh no. I've seen this plenty of times with my tires. We're on borrowed time. Oh, no. Okay, we've got like, oh no, I think Winnipeg to back to Edmonton, I think that's a solid 12 hours. So we got 12 hours of driving. So that's across an entire province of Saskatchewan. So we got to drive like midway through Winnipeg, across Saskatchewan, and get to the midway points of Alberta. My goodness, I am terrified now that we're going to blow a tire, and then all of a sudden we got to drive the rest of the way going 80 kilometers an hour on my spare tire. Uh-oh. Oh, no. So, honestly, halfway through the drive, it was okay. Every time we stopped, I always took a look, and like another one of the tires I went to go, like, I couldn't see it, so I rubbed my hand there slowly, and I got pricked too. I'm like, hey, we've got 2 tires on borrowed time. Oh no. So it's a front wheel drive vehicle, so one of the back tires was on borrowed time, one of the front tires was on borrowed time. So okay, cool, whatever. What else can go wrong? Okay, everything's going good. And then it snowed.
Oh, I was just gonna mention that.
So we had about 2.5 hours to get to Red Deer because we had to drop, I believe, Jude off. We had 2.5 hours left, and I had to drive in snow for 2.5 hours, going down like deep valleys, going up them. Oh my goodness! I white knuckled. It takes me a lot to white knuckle. I white knuckled the entire time. That 2.5 hours almost took like 3-ish. We sliding all over the damn place, and I'm like, hey, at least the tires can't overheat, heat up, right? So we ended up getting there, no problem. I'm so paranoid now. I check the tires all the time, and I'm like, oh no, like I can see more coming off the back. Like this is not good. Luckily, we all made it back to Edmonton, and the next day, I had to go to work. So I went to work. Okay, no problem. I'm driving home from work. My back tire pops.
Oh.
So literally, if we drove for like, if we ended up taking like a detour or anything like that, we would have been screwed because we would have popped our tire for sure on that drive. And that was the back one. And yeah, no. That's about the craziest story. I drove through a snow, like a whiteout snowstorm once too with Taryn from accounting. And that's 4-hour drive, took like 6, whatever. That's no big deal. I was more calm than this Winnipeg trip, I'll tell you that.
I mean, I can imagine. That was a fantastic story. I love it.
Me and my tires, I tell ya. Oh goodness! But normally, whenever we go down to like any other road trip, Rich is always the one that drives. So, because he has a truck, and bigger.
Yeah. Oh, can you tell us about your addiction to Transformers?
So, it's more of an addictive hobby. Growing up, I was a big Transformer fan. So, like, I grew up in the 90s, so I got a chance to watch. So, like, here in Canada, we have a program station called YTV. I don't know if you guys get it in the States or anything like that, but it's a Canadian broadcast channel, and there is, oh goodness, at the time, there was a studio called Mainframe Studio, and they produced 3 very different, like, animation style TV shows. One was Reboot, one was Shadow Raiders, and the other one was Beast Wars. So I grew up watching Beast Wars or Beasties at a young age, and then which introduced me more to like the Generation 1 style Transformers, which therefore I ended up watching Transformers, the 1986 cartoon movie, which finding out nowadays that really traumatized me. All my favorite Transformers growing up were dead within 5 minutes of the movie. Like, what? Wow. Thanks, Hasbro. You guys are great. But it's always been a hobby of mine. So like, you know, lots of people will collect like cards, like Pokemon cards or like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and whatnot, or be into like cars and like what have you, right? Or rebuilding cars or constant video game, like whatever. Everyone has their thing, right? So I remember one of my best friends growing up. He had a coworker who ended up passing away, and he must have been in his 40s, I believe. And one of my best friends, Larry, he absolutely loves Pokemon, and he like if there's a Pokemon master, he would definitely be the Pokemon master, cause yeah. So he's like, life's too short to you know give up on stuff that you like and stuff, and like cool, you know what, right on. So one day I was walking through Walmart, and the kid in me, I will always stop at the toy section, always. So looking around, I'm looking at these new Transformers. I'm like, these things are so cool now compared to what I had. Yes. Like everything is like a movable part and all that. I love it. So I saw this combo, and it was Optimus Primal and Rat Trap from the Netflix Transformers Kingdom, or Transformers War for Cybertron. I'm like, yo, what? And they just had like their 30th anniversary. Yeah, I believe it's 30th or 25th. Anyway, they hit a big number, and I'm like, yo, this is so cool. So I put it back, I walked away, continued my shopping. Before I went and paid, I turned around, and I went back, and I picked up that Optimus Primal and Rat Trap. Awesome. And ever since then, it's been like, all right, I'm going to collect the OG Transformers that I grew up watching. And so far, hey, I just need a couple more, and I think the collection's almost done.
Sweet.
So as it stands, this is going to sound so nerdy. So any women listening, just like plug your ears real quick. But I think I'm at 100 and I want to say like 40 some Transformers right now since about two years ago. Yes, since about 2 years ago.
I mean, you can, like, just saying it sounds so nerdy. You're probably somebody that has a massive collection of Marvel and Star Wars figures.
Oh, see, there you go. Like, honestly, and like the goal is like if I ever have kids or anything like that, well, hell, they don't need Transformers. Or sorry, they don't need toys. They got my Transformers. Go and play. Like whatever. Go have fun. Go be a kid.
Did you see the new Transformers movie?
I certainly did. I actually went. I went with Rich. RADs at the movies, right?
Yes.
I thought it was really well made. I think that's honestly one of my favorite Transformer movies out of that cinematic universe that have come out.
Okay.
Like the story was a little different, but that's okay. Like there's so many little like Easter eggs too, right? So like the biggest one, it takes place in 1994. Or was it 1994. Okay, so Transformers would be my goodness. Yeah, anyway, Beast Wars. Anyway, I'm like, hey, that's the year Beast Wars came out. Like, the whole movie, the whole film was downright, like, pretty decent. And, like, even, like, I don't like it. I hate having human characters, but this human character actually like brought something to the table. And have you watched it?
I have not.
Oh, so there's a scene at the end, and I was like, "Yo, this is sick."
Oh, something pertaining to another Hasbro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so neat. Like, and again, y'all want to keep stuff in the '90s? Please keep stuff in the '90s. Don't come to 2023. No. I want 1995 Hasbro's going at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Honestly, like, all the voice actors were fantastic. Like, the film was shot very, very well. Like, I honestly really don't have any complaints other than, you know, the Maximals could have transformed a hell of a lot sooner, but that's okay. There's always next.
Oh, continue.
Oh, sorry. There's always next film.
If you were on the fence about watching the movie, you just got the stamp of approval from a bona fide Transformers fan.
There we go. Let's friggin' go. If you haven't seen it yet, go and see it. Or, quick little plug-in though. Oppenheimer. My goodness. If you haven't seen that yet, go. It is so damn good. Christopher Nolan is amazing. So, yeah. Barbie's next.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's definitely something on the list for sure.
It's I didn't realize it, but there's such like a bigger meaning, and I didn't realize it until like today when I just like saw a meme about it. I was like, "Yo, that really made me think hard." Yeah, if you get a chance, honestly, it's a really well written film, hugely star-studded too. Like, people were coming out of the woodworks. I'm like, "What? You're in that film? You are? Whoa!" So, yeah, if you get the chance.
I just remember seeing Joss Bell was in it, and people were just shitting on him. Because they were like, Joss from Drake and Joss is in this movie.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? People don't want to see Disney actors, like, grow up and, like,
do shit.
I don't know. Yeah, there's such a so what were those also the same people? They're like, ew, Zac Efron's in an actual movie now? Oh my goodness, let's just not go. He should just quit acting. Yo, that guy is jacked, okay, and in some really good roles, so whatever.
I think I like Zac Efron now more than I liked him when he was in his Disney phase, honestly.
What, you don't like High School Musical? Not gonna lie, I've never seen it. I'm a Grease kind of guy.
Larry? Larry, you went out.
Oh,
I can hear you.
Oh, excellent.
There you go.
I was just saying, you know what? I've never seen a High School Musical film, but that's okay because I'm kind of a Grease kind of guy. So.
Right. Can you tell us about The Whistle?
The Whistle? What whistle? Oh, yo. Are you talking about... Wait, The Whistle, or...
I think you know what I'm talking about.
How did you get this information?
I have my sources.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's not really a whistle. That's more like how can I put... I'm going to keep this as PG as possible. So it's all a joke. It's more of a yelling sensation into a certain parts of the opposite sex's body. We'll just say that.
Okay.
We're still on the same page, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. or same sex, whatever you prefer. My goodness. Yeah, so so basically all you got to do is just kind of again, super PG here, kind of play around a little bit, maybe get a little tongue going, and then you yelling it. And crazy thing, apparently people absolutely love this. So it's like, oh my goodness. I think you're the first person to ever ask me about that.
I thought it was something related to how can I say this? Extracurricular activities with a certain drug, I would suppose.
Oh. All right, yep, nope, that's exactly, yep, nope, yep. People are going to listen to me like, what the hell are these guys talking about right now? Listen, if you subscribe to my OnlyFans and to my premium content, you'll see all about it, okay? No, I don't have OnlyFans. I only sell my feet, okay? No, I'm kidding on that, too. They're too hairy.
Let's move on before we get canceled. It's time for the colossal question. Let's say that they're making a movie about Larry Woods. It's a big production. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on the Lumberjack Larry Woods movie soundtrack?
Oh, yo! Okay, so is this like number 1, 2, or 3, or just in any order?
Any order you want.
Any order, okay? Well, I'm gonna have to use my my singles theme song, "Kick It in the Sticks" by Brantley Gilbert.
Okay.
Because Brantley Gilbert is one amazing rock country artist. So I'm a huge country guy. So the next one would be "Dare" by Stan Bush.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. Also, you can find that track on the Transformers the movie, the 1986 Transformers the movie cartoon. There we go.
Hold that.
Yeah. Wow. And okay. We got to finish with a banger, or at least have another banger, right? So, you goodness. Wow, this is also a tough one. Honestly, you know what? We'll go with who is it by? I don't remember. So there's a song called "Hearts on Fire." It's from the Rocky IV soundtrack. It's part of the training montage, I believe. Yeah, Rocky's training montage in Russia. Yeah, that would be the other one until the next song of the week comes up, right? Yeah, I would definitely pick those 3. Like, hell yeah, let's go.
Alright, solid 3 picks right there. Now that we got the soundtrack down, everybody knows you put the soundtrack out first, then you write the script, and then it's on to casting. Who plays Larry Woods? And you can't say yourself because you're obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, that is an easy one if I can remember his friggin' name right now, because with a mustache, I look just like him. Oh my god, I can't think of his name right now. Where are the Millers?
Not Jason Sudeikis?
Jason Sudeikis, that's it. Jason Sudeikis would play me as He would play me in a movie as Lumberjack Larry Woods because all I'm doing nowadays is sporting a mustache. So let's friggin' go. Plus, I like to think I'm kind of funny, so he can portray me in a film and actually make me even funnier than I am. So let's go.
Now, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you in your life, and who in your movie, and who would play them?
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go with one of my best friends, Matt Steinbach. And we're gonna get he's your typical blonde hair, blue eye, kind of been working out since high school kind of guy. So you know what? We're gonna get Chris Evans to play him.
Okay.
Or I used to joke around because I used to watch a lot of One Tree Hill back in the day too, and I'm always like, "Yo, you look just like Chad Michael Murray," and that pissed him off so much. The other one would. The other supporting role would definitely be my mother because if it wasn't for her, I would never have gotten into wrestling. Wow, who's gonna play her? My friggin' goodness, that's you know what? My goodness, I don't even know who would. Who was okay? Wait, yo. Who was the woman that played in The Devil Wears Prada? If anyone knows who the boss was, that would be the person to play my mother.
Wasn't it Meryl Streep?
Meryl Streep, yes, it was. Meryl Streep would play my mother
Okay.
because she is. Mom's pretty funny. And she can be feisty all at the same time, you know, just piss her off. Oh, no, you better start running for the hills, I'll tell you that. And, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, I would definitely, put my father up there, too, because he every time I go and visit him over at the East Coast, he's always the guy that's like, he's always like, oh, he brags to people that I wrestle and all that. And I'm just like, Dad, what are you doing? Like, you don't got to. Oh, yeah, Dylan's living a dream he's living my worst nightmare. He became a pro wrestler. Thanks, Dad. And it'd be Danny DeVito to play him. Just because I want to have Danny DeVito in a movie based on my life.
Perfect. Perfect. Who knew? Meryl Streep and Danny DeVito, the perfect couple.
Oh, yo, that just... Whoa! I wasn't even thinking it like that. Yo! I got Meryl Streep as my mother and Danny DeVito as my father. What kind of world are we living in right now?
One I would definitely want to see, and I think a lot of other people would like to see as well.
Hey, I'll tell you this. It'll be entertaining as all hell, okay?
And you could go pre-order the tickets now.
We'll call it Lost in the Woods.
There you go. We even got a title.
I better start writing my memoirs then. Make sure this movie comes out right.
There you go.
Oh, goodness.
Now, we've been talking about the RADs. Is Ava Lawless a member of the RADs?
Ava Lawless was a fill-in for the RADs. I was unfortunately unable to come to that current show, so yeah, she stepped in. She was a hell of a great RAD. I think we could still call her up if we needed a rat. I'm not 100% sure on that since I wasn't part of any of the dealings there.
Okay.
So, yeah. I say she's an unofficial member.
Okay. That works.
Yeah.
Unofficial
Yeah.
member. Okay.
I believe so. But I mean, I need confirmation from the other guys too. I just can't be swearing people in, right? Because I'm not going into business for myself, boys. Let's hear.
You was also a part of Michael Richard Blaze's Infinity Gauntlet. What was that moment like?
Oh goodness. Michael is one of the most craziest son of a guns that I know in pro wrestling. I can't even, wrestling for 8 hours straight? What in the hell? So I found out about it and I was like, okay, that's sick. I hope, when I get a chance, I'll talk with him, see if I can get in. And then I found out that all the proceeds were going to the children's hospital. And I don't have any kids or anything like that. But the children's hospital holds like a very special spot in my heart. So honestly, anything for that foundation, anything for the kids, hell yeah. So as soon as I found that out, I instantly sent him a message. I'm like, hey, your gauntlet, you need more people? Because I'm in. And he gives me this big spew about well, if you got other bookings, there's no pay in this or anything like that. I'm like, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. If you can fit me in, great. I'm definitely in. So I ended up having a singles match against him, and then it was me and TY in a handicap match against Michael. And there was no we didn't know who was winning what or what we were doing in any of the matches. So me growing up playing sports, I played soccer my entire life. I played football from high school till my mid-20s. Honestly, I know I played basketball. I played them all. So I know a thing or two about sports. So just seeing what Michael was going through and what he was still putting his body through, all the big bumps, all the big spots he was doing, legitimate 30 minutes, time limit draws and stuff. Dude, you crazy son of a gun. So I made sure to go out there and take my time with my entrance. And I'm like, all right, that potentially will kill off some time. Little did I know that the entrance did not, but it still gave him a little bit more time to breathe. So, okay, cool. That's what I want. I just want to look after the little fella, right?
Right.
So, again, just calling everything on the fly, which is honestly kind of a lost art with a lot of things wrestling nowadays. There's not too many times where I'll go to a show and someone's like, let's just call it on the fly. I don't really hear that too much, but hey, it is what it is. It's no big deal. So we call everything on the fly. The first match went off really, really well. And then the handicap match, oh boy, was that even a hell of a lot of fun. I could tell, I think that was just past the halfway mark, and Michael looked beat up. So okay, TY and I think that was one of the first times we actually tagged with each other too. So we're friends. We're best friends. So it's we already have rapport. We already have rapport with Michael. So okay, let's go out there. We're having a match and all that. And now the entertaining aspect of the RADs started coming out with me and TY. So I ended up going for a leg drop. Oh, he moved. Oh, I sat right on my ass. Oh, okay, well, that hurt. Earlier in the match, I ended up kicking Michael in the butt. Cool, okay, no problem. And then we proceeded to build the rest of the match around Michael beating the shit out of our assholes. Yeah. His finisher move is called the Brainbuster, and he always calls it out, Brainbuster. And honestly, I look back at this match, and I just saw like Michael looked beat up when like going into this match, and honestly, being able to see like the other wrestlers that were watching, seeing smiles off of their faces, and then seeing Michael smile and start laughing. My goodness! All right, you're back to life. This is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to give you a break, and now I wanted it seems like you're enjoying this, so let's go. So his finisher is the Brainbuster. So I'm sitting there. He's laying there. He starts hitting the mat. I'm looking at him, so I start hitting the mat. And I start hitting the mat, and he gets up, and he yells out, instead of Brainbuster, it's Ass Buster. Oh no! Picks me up, and and just gives me like a huge atomic drop kind of deal right onto my ass. All right, perfect. And then TY ended up getting a stone cold Austin elbow into his ass too. So I mean, like, great. This is great. And then so those are the only two matches that I had with Michael. But sticking around from being there from the beginning all the way to the end, like I've never seen anything like this before, and I am glad. I'm very honored to be a part of it, and I'm very honored to have we all protected Michael that day, and the fact that he survived all that, it was such a great day. It was a very long day. It was a very hot day as well. But again, the wrestling community just came together. Different promoters were there, refereeing, different people I never thought that I would ever see, talk with and communicate with. And I'm like, yo, this is so weird. I love this. It was a great event. It was for a great cause, and honestly, they raised quite a bit of money. I don't recall how. I think it was well over 10 grand.
Yeah, it was.
And that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. How many people love it's great. Yeah, I'm. Yeah. It was great.
How long did you in the ring for?
My goodness, I think I was in there for maybe a total of, I want to say almost 30 minutes. I wasn't in there too long, no.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, going for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, it wasn't like 30 minutes straight, but it was total. So I got a little bit of a break. I got some water, some dirty jerky. That was great.
I feel like anybody was having longer matches than that day.
Yeah, I know there's a number of other people Stephen Crow went in there a number of times. Zoe, or was it Taryn? One of the two, maybe both. They had time limit draws with him. The people that they had that he brought on, that he wanted to be a part of this, they're all great people. They're all great human beings. They're all great wrestlers. They're all great friends. So it was honestly one of the best wrestling days I think I've ever had so far. One of them, not the best, but it was up there.
Alright. Mayonnaise. Yes or no?
Wait. Hey, Maze.
Mayo. Are you a fan of mayonnaise or no?
Maze? Males? Wait, what?
No, mayo. You know, like the stuff you put on sandwiches?
Oh, yo! Yes or no? I'm like, sometimes?
Sometimes?
Sometimes, question mark? You know what? No, we'll go with yes. We'll go with yes.
Okay. So, that being said, was you at the now infamous Denny's incident?
Wait, which Denny's incident are we talking about?
The one with...
Oh, yes, I was. I was there for the first time. TJ Cannon, you are just a sick person. Mayonnaise. Who puts mayonnaise on craft dinner? Nah, TJ, we are never going to let this get fake. And again, that same night, he ordered like 2 loaves of bread. That's it. He ordered just a bunch of toast. And I'm surprised he never got mayonnaise put on that. But yeah, mayonnaise. You make craft dinner. Okay, I get it. Sometimes you're like, oh, well, I got to spice this craft dinner up. Yeah, sometimes I'm like that too. I got no condiments. What do? Well, guess what? I put a bunch of pepper on it. Perfect. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of normal people would do. But he put mayonnaise. If anyone listening, if you're for this, hey, good on you. You better get checked though. Mayonnaise belongs in sandwiches, and that's roughly about it. Yeah, no, not even in bed. No. Mayonnaise don't belong in there either. But craft dinner, no. TJ Cannon, you're sick. Get help. You're not going to get help with 7, but get help. You geriatric.
Now, this is 2 exclusive questions exclusively for Canadians. The first one being poutine. Where is the best poutine?
Oh, yo. Okay, so I've had poutine. I have never had it in like Quebec, which apparently that's where it's originated from. But I had poutine in Atlantic, Canada, so over on the East Coast. Honestly, I'd say, okay, so Edmonton, if we're specifically talking Edmonton, there's a place here called La Poutine. They make the best poutine, and they have whatever style of like Montreal smoked meat poutine. What? Okay, let's go with some, oh goodness, like taco poutine. Like, let's go. Who doesn't want ground beef in a poutine? Like, oh, hell yeah, son. Keep those veggies out because it's a poutine. We don't eat any of those, okay? There's nothing healthy about this, okay? It's cheese curds, gravy, fries, and hell, if you want to throw in some donair meat in there, oh, hell yeah, let's friggin' go. I still don't know what donair meat is, but yeah, whatever it is, I'll have it like maybe once a month. Maybe once every 2 months. Maybe that's why I'm fat. That's why I'm the fat rat. Thanks, guys. Is this a therapy session?
How does that make you feel?
Wait, as long as you have a big yellow notepad and you're writing notes down, no problem. It makes me sad.
Now, is Canada's greatest national treasure Ryan Reynolds?
You know what? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Canada has to protect Ryan Reynolds as much as they possibly can. I mean, I can't think of another movie star that tried purchasing a NHL team. Like, what?
Larry? I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ah, perfect.
There you go.
I was saying, like, what movie star tried purchasing an NHL team? Like, Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, let's freaking go. He's hilarious. Hilarious. Really, really, really good looking. Great actor. And again, Canadian yet, right? Like, even his relationship with his wife. Oh my goodness, Blake Lively. Absolutely, what a stunner. But honestly, like, their relationship, yeah, that's what's like relationships. That's a relationship I would love to strive for. But yeah, we have to protect him at all cost. All cost.
There you go. Now, on to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Oh, okay. So, I'm personally okay with it. My grandfather was, my grandfather didn't mind pineapple on pizza, so therefore I don't mind pineapple on pizza. So if there's if anyone wanted a definitive yes or no question, it's, you know what? Yes, we'll go with that. And if people want to challenge me, then I will go, especially TJ Cannon, and I'm going to go, hey, mayonnaise in craft dinner? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yo, pineapple is better than, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind pineapple, honestly. Like, it's probably, it's like mushrooms.
Larry, you're breaking up again.
Oh, are we here?
Yes, you are.
Ah, cool. Honestly, it sometimes it's just a texture thing. Like, I'm a black olive kind of guy nowadays. So, like, throw that on some pizza, perfect, whatever. A little extra salty taste. Sometimes it's just a texture thing. I'm okay with whatever on a pizza, depending on how hungry I am. But normally, it's just, give me all the meat. Good enough. Give me every single type of animal you can give me on there. Done.
Normally, this would be the part where I ask you what's your spirit Pokemon. But since you are such a fan of Transformers, what is your spirit Transformer?
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yo, that's a tough one there. That's a real tough one. Honestly, I would probably have to go with, oh, wow.
Oh, I stumped the Lumberjack on this one.
Wow. You know what? We're going to go with, oh, jeez. Why do you have to do this to me on a Wednesday? It is Wednesday, right?
Technically it's a Tuesday.
Tuesday. There we go. See, I can barely remember what days it is, okay? Honestly, okay. So, Spirit Transformer, let's go with, oh my goodness. You know what? We're going to go with, this is going to be controversial because everyone hates him because he got Optimus Prime killed in the film. We're going to go with Hot Rod.
Okay.
We're going to go with Hot Rod just because he's, I don't know, he's a little quick to the trigger. Again, his name says it all. He's a hot shot, which, I mean, I can be too at times. Maybe a little crazy at times too. But there's some, I like to think there's some leadership aspects in me. Like, again, if there's some bad thing happening in like a locker room. Like I'll be, if it's really affecting locker room, then I like to think that I'll go up and say something. So like, not necessarily a locker room leader, which Hot Rod wasn't really a leader until the end of the movie where he became RADezt, but then he turned out to be a really shitty leader. So he was a terrible prime. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Hot Rod. Little again, he's the one that got Optimus Prime killed. He's also a jackass because of that, and I like to think I haven't got anyone killed, but I'm total jackass. So we're gonna go with that. Hot Rod.
Okay. Now, we love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
No, I don't.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, because a thug can't spell.
Oh my God. Well, they say you have to learn something every single day, right?
Yes.
There we go. That's my thing. I'm learned today. Damn. Okay, I'm going to remember that now.
We're trying to keep the memory of the late great Tracy Smothers alive, and that's why we asked that question.
Oh no, 100% though. Like that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Right. And the weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully, would you ever consider wrestling a rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical rock.
Well, you know what? I've seen I haven't seen, but I've seen a video of two invisible people wrestling each other, and the ref was just flopping all over the place. So, I mean, yeah, I'd take on a rock. Listen, I'd put the kid over. Wait. As long as he's not too big of a rock, then no problem.
Well, just for context, there is this wrestler named Psycho Mike that wrestled an actual rock for over 15 minutes in a Toaster Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasted for 2 weeks.
Yo, that's sick. Can I find that on like YouTube and stuff?
I will send it to you.
That's fantastic. Like, it's again, it's the art to this craft, right? Like, hell, that's entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see it.
You will definitely find it entertaining for sure.
A guy wrestling a rock, and again, like, let's friggin' go. Like, that's so cool. Yes, I would take on a rock for sure.
Alright. On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
See myself in 5 years. So I'll almost be 40. Honestly, wow. You're coming at me hard today with all honestly, I still see myself doing this. I'm hoping to at least get down to the States within like the next 5 years. I hope to at least have a couple shows, couple matches down in the States. Hopefully get some extra work done with WWE or AEW. There's been a number of friends that I have down here that have been on like AEW Dark or are constantly on like WWE and whatnot. Like it's right there. That brass ring is right there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And honestly, I still see myself doing this in 5 years. Maybe again, probably traveling a heck of a lot more than what I am right now, which is It's the summertime, not too much because, all these trees got to get cut down during overtime, right?
Obviously.
But I see myself traveling like a hell of a lot more, like trying to get that name out there a little bit more. I'm already a little bit older too by that time, but might as well keep chasing the dream, right? Because who wants to live with any regrets in life, right?
Oh, yeah. And what's a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off what Larry Woods is all about?
Oh, okay. I wouldn't just say myself, but also like the RADs as well. So there's a match. It was the RADs against one of the when they were still a team. Unfortunately, they're not a team anymore. But one of the better teams in Western Canada. They were known as State of Emergency.
Okay.
They went down, like, they've had plenty of matches all over the place, going to Fine, Washington and whatnot, and going all across Canada, having a couple matches on AEW and whatnot. It was the RADs, myself, T.Y. Jackson, and Rich King, against State of Emergency. Their two members are Miles DeVille and Sebastian Wolf, and they had their third member was Michael Allen Richard Clark, which he was just featured on. He was just in a 6-man tag on ROH actually in July. So 6-man tag, LPW. My goodness, I don't remember what the number was, but I can figure that out. But there's a 6-man tag, the RADs against State of Emergency, and Michael Allen, Richard Clark, and honestly, it was a banger of a match.
And we can find that on YouTube, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And I will find the match on YouTube, and I will put it in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. For anybody that has seen it, wants to re-see it, or hasn't seen it after this interview.
It's, again, there's some... I don't get nervous about spots or certain moves or anything like that, but there's one specific spot in this match where I was very worried. Not for me, but for everyone else. I was very worried about this. And it takes a lot for someone for something to worry me, because I'm always the first one to be like, hey, how are we going to murder me tonight? So let's go.
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Let's friggin' go.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Chris Jericho.
Worst wrestler.
Oh, boy. Oh no. This is speed round. I am blanking hard right now. Can we come back to it?
Yes, we can come back to it.
Yes. All right.
Your main event in WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Yep. Who is my opponent? Current wrestler or past wrestler, or
Anybody.
It doesn't matter. Anybody. We're going with we're going with Chris Jericho.
Okay. If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, his Disturbed version, though.
Hell yeah. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
There?
We would have also accepted taste great on toast.
That's why there's a question mark at the end there. There?
Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Oh, yo, that's a vegetable.
It is.
That grows in the ground. That's a vegetable. Yeah, let's go.
It's a fruit.
What? Really?
Yes, it's a tomato latte. It has seeds.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well then I better start eating healthier, I guess.
Well, you are part of Squash Squad now, and that means a hell of a lot more.
Let's go.
Now, do you have a worst wrestler, or would you like the default answer?
Oh, worst wrestler. Oh my goodness. That's a... I don't want to offend anyone. Like, everyone had anything... okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say it. Because he was that no-necked freaking guy. James Ellsworth.
Okay. And that is a perfectly acceptable answer.
God, no neck. Who are you going to give me as a default?
Eva Marie.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds like you got a vendetta against Eva Marie. Let's go.
Not that we had a vendetta against her, but she was the most said name that we've been pumped the trust into. Like, it was, people said it on their own. So if we had a default answer, it would be the person that was said the most by other people.
Numbers just keep going up and up. I love it.
Yes.
Fantastic.
New Japan wrestler Tai Chi, his ring gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Yo, that's now are we talking like male, female, or just doesn't matter? Just in general. You know what? Be a little cheeky. Because, I mean, like, hey, if you worked hard for that butt, by all means, you start showing it off a little more. Whatever.
Okay.
Everyone deserves to be a little cheeky.
And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
Nope. It was not in a supermarket, but it was with one of my bosses who I talked to.
Okay, go.
It was with one of my bosses I talked to with sometimes, and it was in a Tim Hortons waiting for and he said to me, "How the hell is that emo kid even wrestling? I could beat him up." I don't know. Hey, you know what? Darby Allin's crazy, and I used to be a big skateboarding fan back in the day. So you know what? By all means, that's cool. I'm alright with it.
And there's the correct answer.
Okay.
And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Hey, thank you for the invite. It's always a pleasure meeting new friends in wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, where can you find all things Larry Woods on social media?
You can find me under Instagram on Lumberjack_Larry Woods, on Twitter at RAD_Lumberjack, and also myself and the rest of the RADs on YouTube at Tales from the Undercard. You will be entertained.
And you don't even have to go looking, type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media and tales from the Undercard will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. When he gets merchandise, buy a damn short. Until then, give him a damn follow.
Thank you so much for absolutely everything.
Larry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You went out.
Oh, perfect.
There you go. I hear you.
Excellent.
Alright, of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, vote on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Pale Coffee. Join us tomorrow as we join us tomorrow for a new incredible interview. Join us every Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews. And follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on Twitter and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JameJ993. Alright, Larry, when I say wrestling with, you say entertainment, okay?
Perfect.
For always special guest Lumberjack Larry Woods, Calico Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.